Netflix has become one of the biggest platforms for Korean movies, offering everything from intense thrillers and large-scale action to dark sci-fi and emotional dramas. But with so many titles available, it's not always easy to know what's truly worth watching. In this video, we're counting down the top Korean movies on Netflix you shouldn't miss. Films that stand out for their storytelling, atmosphere, and lasting impact. Let's get started. The Great Flood. The Great Flood is a large-scale disaster thriller that throws viewers straight into chaos. The film centers around a catastrophic megaflood that overwhelms cities and infrastructure in a matter of moments. Streets disappear underwater, buildings collapse, and survival becomes a race against time. What makes this film especially gripping is how it balances spectacle with human emotion. Beyond the massive visual effects and large-scale destruction, the story focuses on people forced to make impossible choices: who to save, when to run, and how far they're willing to go to survive. The rising water isn't just a physical threat. It becomes a symbol of fear, desperation, and the fragile nature of human control. As a Netflix original movie, The Great Flood showcases how Korean cinema can deliver disaster films that feel both technically impressive and emotionally intense, making it a strong opening title for this list. Omniscient Reader. Moving from natural disaster to fantasy, Omniscient Reader offers a completely different kind of thrill. Based on a massively popular web novel and webtoon, this movie explores a world where fiction suddenly becomes reality. Ordinary people find themselves trapped inside a story filled with deadly scenarios, monsters, and rules that constantly change. What makes this film stand out is its core idea: knowledge as power. The protagonist understands the story's future, but knowing what comes next doesn't guarantee survival. Each decision can reshape the world, creating new dangers and unexpected consequences. With its blend of fantasy, action, and psychological tension, Omniscient Reader appeals not only to fans of the original work, but also to viewers who enjoy fast-paced narratives with deep world-building. Netflix's involvement in international distribution further highlights the film's global appeal. Uprising takes the list in a much more serious and grounded direction, diving into history, power, and rebellion. Set against a backdrop of political tension and war, the film explores a time when society stands on the edge of collapse. At its core, Uprising is not just about large-scale battles or historical spectacle, but about resistance, the moment when people decide they can no longer remain silent. The movie highlights the clash between authority and those who dare to challenge it, weaving together themes of loyalty, betrayal, and sacrifice. Every confrontation carries weight, as characters are forced to choose between survival and conviction. As a Netflix original film from Korea, Uprising stands out for its ambition, combining historical storytelling with intense action and political drama. It's the kind of film that doesn't just entertain, but leaves viewers reflecting on the cost of rebellion and the price of freedom. Bogota, City of the Lost. Shifting to a global crime story, Bogota, City of the Lost transports viewers far beyond Korea into the dangerous underworld of international crime. Set within a foreign city where survival depends on cunning and adaptability, the film follows characters navigating betrayal, ambition, and moral compromise. The unfamiliar environment adds constant tension, making every move feel risky and unpredictable. What makes Bogota, City of the Lost, particularly gripping is its focus on identity and displacement. Characters are not only fighting criminal forces, but also struggling to find their place in a hostile world where trust is rare and loyalty is fragile. With Netflix handling global distribution, this crime drama offers a darker, more realistic look at international criminal networks, blending gritty realism with emotional depth. Kill Boksoon 2. Closing out this part is one of the most highly anticipated sequels on Netflix, Kill Boksoon 2. Following the success of the first film, this sequel returns to the dangerous double life of Boksoon, a woman balancing her role as an elite assassin with her responsibilities as a mother. The stakes are higher this time, and the consequences of her past choices begin to catch up with her. Kill Boksoon 2 is expected to push the action further, delivering sharper fight choreography, deeper emotional conflict, and more complex relationships within the assassin world. Beyond the violence, the film continues to explore themes of motherhood, loyalty, and the cost of living between two worlds. As part of Netflix's franchise development, this sequel builds on an established universe while promising to raise the tension both emotionally and physically. Hunt 2. Next is Hunt 2, a sequel that dives deeper into espionage, political intrigue, and moral ambiguity. Building on the foundation of the first film, This sequel pushes the characters further into a world where no one can be fully trusted. Alliances shift, secrets surface, and every decision carries consequences that ripple far beyond the individuals involved. Rather than focusing solely on action, Hunt 2 leans heavily into psychological tension. The danger doesn't just come from enemies in the shadows, but from the pressure of choosing sides in a corrupt and unpredictable system. With Netflix handling international distribution, Hunt 2 brings Korean spy cinema to a global audience, offering a smart, intense follow-up that balances action with political drama. The match closing out this part is a very different kind of battle. The match, centered around the world of Go, a strategic board game that demands patience, foresight, and mental endurance, the film explores competition at its most intellectual level. Inspired by real-life figures, the story focuses on rivalry, mentorship, and the quiet intensity of mind games. Unlike typical sports films driven by physical strength, the match builds tension through silence, eye contact, and the weight of every move placed on the board. Victory is not about speed or power, but about understanding your opponent and yourself. As part of Netflix's Korean film lineup, the match stands out for its thoughtful pacing and psychological depth, offering a compelling watch for viewers who appreciate character-driven drama and intellectual competition. Time to Hunt. Time to Hunt shifts the focus to a bleak and unforgiving future where society is slowly collapsing. The film follows a group of young men desperate for escape, chasing what they believe is their final opportunity to leave behind poverty and chaos. But their plan quickly turns into a nightmare when they become targets of a cold, nearly unstoppable hunter. What makes Time to Hunt especially haunting is its atmosphere. Empty streets, long silences, and constant pursuit create a suffocating sense of dread. The danger never fully disappears, making viewers feel as trapped as the characters themselves. This is not just a chase film. It's a story about desperation, fear, and the cost of hope in a world with no safety net. YAKSHA. Ruthless Operations. Closing this bonus section is YAKSHA. Ruthless Operations, a slick and fast-paced spy action film with international scale. The story revolves around an elite Black Ops team that operates beyond the boundaries of the law, led by a ruthless commander who believes results matter more than rules. When a morally upright prosecutor is assigned to monitor the operation, conflicting ideals immediately collide. As missions escalate across borders, the film explores the brutal reality of espionage, where loyalty is temporary and truth is often sacrificed. Explosive action scenes are balanced with political tension, giving the story both momentum and depth. Yaksha is a perfect choice for viewers who enjoy spy films that mix large-scale action with moral conflict and global intrigue. Believer is a gritty crime action film that pulls viewers straight into the ruthless underworld of drug trafficking. At the center of the story is a relentless detective determined to dismantle one of Asia's most powerful and elusive drug organizations. As he moves deeper into the criminal network, alliances become fragile and every interaction feels like a potential trap. What truly elevates Believer is its constant sense of danger. Conversations are tense, confrontations explode without warning, and violence always feels close. The film thrives on paranoia and moral ambiguity, forcing characters to question how far they are willing to go in pursuit of justice. With its dark tone and unflinching portrayal of crime, Believer stands out as a must-watch for fans of intense, high-pressure thrillers.